Hello students, you're watching this video because you just finished making this 3D model exercise 02. This is the second part of this model. We're going to create the technical drawing for it. So you should have already saved your model. With your model open, if you are opening this on the next day or you closed it for whatever reason, in your home, you should see your model here in the recent documents. If you don't see it here, you can go ahead and find it in your computer by clicking open. And so let's see, in the tabs below I have it open here. So once your model is open, you can click on the file menu here, which will let you create parts and drawings, and we want to click on drawing. It's going to open up the technical drawing sheet, and we have to update it to match the settings that we want. So on sheet 1, you're going to right click, edit sheet, change the size to A, and click OK. Your next step is to right click on ANSI large and delete, and then click the little plus button for drawing resources, click the little plus button for title block, and right click ANSI A and click insert. So now our sheet is set up for information, and now we can start putting our part on the sheet. The example image that we have for exercise 02, these are the dimensions that we'll be actually putting on our technical drawing. So everything that you see here should be on your technical drawing. So that's actually really nice and convenient because it makes it easy. I don't have to guess where the dimensions should go. And it's all right here for us in the example. So let's start putting our part in. So click on Base in Autodesk Inventor, and you should see a drawing view menu pop up, and you should see the front view, which is right here. You can see it on the bottom left. Oops, cancel. I clicked by accident somewhere else. So let's put that right here. And this scale, again, it might be a little too big for our drawing sheet. Yeah, it's definitely too big. So go to scale, click on the drop down menu, make it 1/2. And you can click and drag the front view into this area. And we're going to click on the top view, and then move our mouse and click on the right side view, and then move our mouse and click on the isometric view. That's what it should look like. If it doesn't look like that, then you need to get my help because I need to show you specifically how to turn certain things. If it's not setting up the way I just showed you, when you first click base, and you should see the little view cube here, that should say front. If it doesn't say front, then you should probably start over with 3D modeling lesson, the first video. But on here on the view cube, you can actually rotate the views. Okay, so if you did it correctly, this front view should be the front view on the view cube. Okay, let me just go ahead and put my views back into place. And I'm going to click OK. Okay, so new skills that we're learning. On the isometric, double click it. Your menu is going to pop up again. You see a style section right here. I want that to be shaded, so I'm going to click the shaded button and click OK. And now the part is shaded the color I colored it. Let's start adding our dimensions. Okay, this is in millimeters, so we need to go to Tools, Document Settings, and change our standard to ANSI mm. Click Apply, click Close. Go ahead and click on Annotate, the Annotate tab here, and click on Dimension. And we're going to click on the corners, because you see how the lines get broken up. See the red that's highlighting? It's not going to highlight the whole line, the whole line, so we need to click on the corners. So we're going to dimension the corner, and this corner to get that 120, which matches up with this 120 here. Do the same for the front view. Okay, and your dimensions should be locking into place, like this vertical line right here. They should all be on the same line. And here we have two different ones. We got the 20 and the 30. So let's go there. Let's click that. If I zoom in, I'm going to click this point and this point to get the 20, and then this point and this point right here to get the 30. Now look what's happening. My dimensions are stacking on top of each other. This is a no-no. This is really bad. You'll get fired if you do this. Okay, so I'm going to press escape on my keyboard a couple times. I'm going to find the 30 with my mouse, and I'm going to click and drag it up. Okay, and place it right there. And then the 20, that can stay right there. It's too close to the drawing sheet, so I'm going to drag the front view up because that'll drag the side view up. And let's finish dimensioning the front view. Click on dimension, click on this corner and this corner. Let that pop right there. And then if, like, see how the line is red line and it's the whole line? I can do that for this one. Okay, so in this video lesson, I'm going to show you how to rotate the numbers so it looks horizontal, and also to change the, it should just say 20, not 20.00. So let's actually do that. And we do that by, if I double click this, it's going to open up a menu, precision tolerance. We want the tolerance to be at 0, click OK, and it did not change. So how the heck do we change that? Go to, where is it? All right, so it's not a double click. Double click will open up the edit dimension menu. But what you actually want to do is on the dimension, when it's highlighted, so move your mouse over the numbers, you're going to right click and you should see an edit dimension style button. And that will open up a totally different menu. And there it is. It took a second to open. And this gets a little confusing. So it should have automatically opened to default mm. And we'll see right here, precision. Let's change that to 0. And then we want to go to text. Can I open this? All right, so I'm going to expand this window so you can see. Okay, so in the text tab here, you see orientation. We want to click on this button right here, and it should be on the inline horizontal selection. Okay, so the units, the precision should be at 0. The text linear orientation should be at the inline horizontal. And click on save and close. And now you see they're all updated. And they're all just like the example that I gave you here. Okay, so let's see, the front view should be totally dimensioned, which is good. Let's look at the top view. Let's dimension the top view here. So we have a 20 and a 100 at the top here. So I'm dragging this over, clicking on dimension. This should be 100, just like that. And then this one is 20. And then we have this RXR30. So click on that. And it's already on the R30. If it doesn't say R30, right click, click on dimension type and change it to radius. So that little radius should be checked. And then we want that to be kind of like right here. Okay, so it says 2x R30. This is where we double click on the R, and the menu will pop up. Click on the text button right here. Let me move this out of the way. Right after these brackets, type 2 capital X. Oh, I'm sorry, not there. You see it right here? It's going to be before that. So click right before that and type 2x. We want a capital X space and click OK. So it should look like that. And then we're going to do the same thing here for this radius, the 2x R15. Dimension, click there, click, double click the R, click right before that and type 2. I have to use my arrow keys. You might have to use your arrow keys to get in front of it. So 2x space OK. Now we need to add our center marks for the holes. Find the center mark button right here, click on that, and then click on the arcs. Okay. Oh, these center marks are actually pretty nice, so we don't have to edit these. At least not yet. And now we can dimension those. So click on the centers of that, and that should be 60. And then click on the center and this line right here at this point, and click. That should be 30. Okay, now I see another problem. These dimensions are too close together. So I'm going to click and drag this. Oops. I have to press escape a couple times. I'm going to click and drag this 30 down a bit, just so that it's a little bit more easier to read. And then we have this 70. So actually, my front view needs to come down a little bit, because this 70 is going to go from this corner to this corner, and that should say 70 right there. Let me drag this front view down just a little bit more, and this over a bit. We want to be as neat and precise as possible with this. And now let's take care of the right side view. We have the 120 on the bottom. I'm going to zoom in, click on the corners. We have the 30. Oh, we need the center marks. So click on the center mark, click on the arcs. Okay, so now here's a problem. These arcs, these center marks are terrible. So we're going to right click on them. Why are they terrible? They don't look like center marks. They just look like lines. They need to look like center marks. So we're going to right click on the center mark and then click on Edit Center Mark. And for this, we experiment just a little bit. But since it's in millimeters, it makes it a little easier. So here we can see like the hole, and we see A is this line, C is the extension outside of the circle, B is the little space between the little plus sign. So let's make A 1 millimeter. Let's make B 1 millimeter. Let's make the overshoot 4 millimeters, and click Save and Close. And look at that. That is a much better center mark. Now let's go ahead and add those dimensions. So we have click dimension, click on this button right here and this button right here. There's your 20. Then we need the 80 between these 2 points. And we need the 30 between this point and this point. And then we need our radius dimensions. Okay, and again, this is times 2. So I double clicked on the R. I'm typing 2x in front of these brackets. Click OK. Double clicking on the R. I'm using the arrow keys on the keyboard to go left. 2x space OK. So now that it is fully dimensioned, that looks beautiful. That's a real technical drawing right there. That's exactly what it should look like. This is high standards right here. This is good stuff. So save it. Click on the save button. Make sure it's EX02 underscore and your name. Click save. And now we need to make sure our title block on the bottom is updated. It can't say teacher, and all this stuff needs to be filled out. So click on File, iProperties. Click on Summary. The title is EX02. Subject, we're in engineering, so you can make that say engineering. The author is your name. The manager, you can put me, Cruz. Company, you can put Kensington, Kenzo, and click apply and close, and your text box will update. You're finished with the part. So what do you do next? You have to send it to me to get graded. Click on File, export it as a PDF. When you click on that, it's going to ask you to save it. The file name should not really change because it's a different file type. Click save. And what will happen is it'll be a nice, beautiful PDF. I'm going to open mine up. I found my PDF in my documents, and this is what it looks like. There it is. There's from start to finish, a really nice technical drawing. So that's what I want yours to look like. And please ask for help along the way if you need it. Check in with your peers, make sure that they are adding their dimensions properly and following all the steps as best as they can. So good luck with that, and move on to the next part assignment. If you haven't done the other part assignments, check in with me to make sure you're on task and getting your 3D modeling skills completed.